What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome back to Space Engineers. Last episode, we started ourselves a respawn ship. That way we could get production up. In this episode, we're going to finish the respawn ship. I would like to get into a miner, but there's a few things that we're going to need. We're going to need a couple of mods. Not sure if we'll be able to build everything, but I hope so. I hope we'll be able to get at least most of it, especially an ore detector. But let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, so this right here is my mod collection. I actually have a couple of mod collections. I have ones for Conan Exiles. This one is for all the blueprints that I put on the Steam Workshop. And then we have the Space Engineer mods. This is all the mods that I'm going to be working with in this world. But I might add a few more. I'm not quite sure yet. So the one we already have is Smart Rotors. That's going to be the one that we already have. The one I'm looking for right now is Azimuth Overclocked Ore Detector. This is actually a really good mod. It helps you detect resources from further away. Another one I want to go ahead and add. Let's see if we can actually find it. I have way too many mods, to be honest with you. Today, all we're going to be doing is trying to get the respawn ship up and running. Is it not here? There it is. The tiered engine super pack. We're going to go ahead and add that. That is by, well, I guess a few people. iCaster, Newtgard, and Vicentinal. I think that's how he pronounces his name. And I think what we'll also add is we have conveyor air vents. Now this is pretty cool because the vanilla vents, they are a half a block, so they're not completely airtight, and you also can't pass resources through them because it only has one access point. This air vent actually acts as a conveyor junction, so we will be able to pass stuff through it, but it's also airtight, which is most important. And the other one I want to add is the Azimuth oxygen blocks. Now what this does is it gives us 1 by 1 by 1 oxygen blocks. The one we're going to be needing for the respawn ship is just the one for the oxygen tank, and that's the only one we're going to be needing for this episode. And I think that's it. We'll go ahead and add DK cargo overhaul. There is going to be a cargo container I will need for that one. And I think that's it. At least for right now. Of course, later on we will be adding more. But let's go ahead and get back into the world. We'll get those uploaded, and then we'll go ahead and get started on building. Alright, so this is what we built last episode, just our production facility. What we want to do now is we want to try to make it mobile. There's all the mods that we added recently is going to go on this ship. I just have to remember how to place it all. So the first one I want to check out is the Azimuth ore detector. That one's going to be very, very important. So let's see, what are we going to need? Detector components. Are we going to have the resources for that? That's what I'm wondering right now. Production. Yep, we can actually build the detector components because we do have iron and we do have nickel, which we are getting from the stone. Awesome. Might actually be able to finish the ship. That's cool. Alright, let's go ahead. I think I need to grab resources. Yes, I do. Let's go... Where am I? There they are. I can't remember what all I need for it, but we'll just go ahead and get stuff placed right now, so that way we're not wasting time. So there's the ore detector. Next thing we're going to need is, like every ship is going to need a gyro. So we'll put the gyro right here. Now what we need to figure out is... Oh yeah, we also need the reactors. We won't be able to finish building them, but we will be able to place them. So yeah, we'll put that right here. We'll have the one facing towards the conveyor junction, and then out this way to the next reactor, and then to the third reactor. So the access points on the small reactor for a large grid act as an L shape. So it does make it kind of difficult if you're trying to connect them all together, but you can figure it out if you really give it a try. Alright, next thing, I guess oxygen. So I guess oxygen will probably be the next most important thing. So what we're going to be using is we are going to be using the azimuth oxygen block. It also has a hydrogen tank, or oxygen tank, my bad. That way we can go ahead and fit it right in there. Now we'll go with the next mod, which was the conveyor air vent. Let me also go ahead and grab the vanilla one so I can show you guys what that looks like. What we're trying to do is we're trying to make this entire ship airtight, which means I need to close off this front end right here, but with the vanilla vent, as you can see, we can't do that. That's where the conveyor air vent comes in. Let me find the actual vent. There we go. Yep, just like that. Now when we get the armor done, which I think we're actually ready for that. What else am I forgetting? I know there's... Oh, the cargo container. We actually need to switch out the small cargo container. So what I need to try to do is see if I can put all this... I won't be able to put this all in the assembler, unfortunately. But we'll see if we can empty... Oh no, I can't even put shit in there. Well, there it goes. Try to get as much out as possible so that way I can go ahead and transfer stuff into my personal inventory. Because we are going to need a bigger cargo container. That small cargo container is not really going to help all that much. Now let's put that over there. Let's see. It's going to let me click now. There it goes. Now it lets me click. And it looks like... Oh, no. I got to drag again. Jesus. Alright, I think that's everything. Everything else I could go ahead and put in my personal inventory. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and grind this one down. And what we're looking for is another mod. This is DK cargo overhaul, which actually allows us to put a medium cargo container on a large grid or station. So we'll put it right there. And I think that's it. I just have to get all that welded up real quick. Alright, now that I got everything built, we'll go ahead and transfer everything over. Go to my personal inventory, get rid of all the stuff I'm not going to need. So, extra tools from dying. Yeah, I did die a couple times. What we're going to need now is we're going to need a lot more steel plates than that. Let's go into production. Let's say about 1,000. I'll probably end up running out of iron, so I will have to do some mining on the stone. But hopefully once we... Is this done? Yeah, it is done. Is there really no ore? Oh, I don't have an antenna, so I won't be able to see the ore right now. But yeah, what we need to do is I need to go ahead and figure out how we're going to do the cabin itself. And with the cabin will also come thrusters. That way we can go ahead and get this thing moving, go to some of the asteroids and find all the resources that we're going to be needing so we can actually finish it. Let's go ahead and grab some power real quick. And I have to remember how to build this shit. It's been a while. Alright, that's good enough for now. We'll just go ahead and get everything placed. And we also need to figure out colors at some point as well. So I think, if I remember correctly, it's slope there, slope on the other side. I can't place it? Oh, because I need to place a block above it first. Alright, let me grab the armor block. Oh, no, it needs to go the other way. It needs to go upside down. My bad. Yeah, it's been a while. So, let me see if I can't remember how to do this. I think this is right. Alright, now what we need is another slope. Now, the cool thing about this is there is another mod that I could grab, which is the sloped LCDs. So, I can replace these slopes for LCDs at some point if I feel like it. Which is helpful when you have... either Tim's or like Izzy's inventory manager. There's a part of the script where you can actually put that stuff on the LCD to see how much resources you do actually have. Alright, next thing we're going to need is another inside corner. then 2 more slopes. And the reason we're not making it symmetrical is because at some point I will also have stairs. I need to be able to get up the stairs. Alright, now I gotta remember I gotta remember everything else. So I think in order to close this off, you know what? I don't really remember. So let's try the bottom. We'll go ahead and get the bottom platform done real quick. And from there we could actually figure out where everything else needs to go. So what we're going to need now is we're going to need the stair. What do I need for that construction component? Alright. Where are you? There you are. Alright, so we'll put the stair. Is it not going to let me? Unable to place graded stairs. Why? I have a snap point right there. Why can I not place it? Oh, because it's upside down. There we go. Alright, now that we have the stair, what we're going to have is right here, there'll be... I'm thinking about going ahead and putting a bed, so that way there's a spot to exit out of the server. So that way I don't lose anything, so we need to come out one more. This is where the door is going to go. And then right on the edge of the door is going to be a thruster. So what we need to do... Open this out a little bit more. On either side. Yeah, it's all about memory right now. Just try to do this from memory. I do have a blueprint of it. I could build it with the projector. But it's a lot more fun to try to do it this way. It also helps you out when you try to build this and you don't have the projection. Say you lost it for some reason. It helps to do it this way so you can actually figure it out. If I remember correctly, I think you go there. Alright, next thing we're going to need is the door. So let's go and grab one of those. Make sure it's rotated the correct way. There we go. And then we need to decide what power thrusters we're going to have. Actually, I think they're called engine now. Yep, there we go. So this is the tiered engine super pack, which gives us all the engines in the game, the ion, the atmospheric, and the hydrogen. And there's 4 tiers, actually 5. You have the vanilla ones, which don't have a number. Then you have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. And the cool thing about these is they're also armor blocks. So instead of having the nozzle that sticks out, it will actually put armor around it, so it kind of gives it a cleaner look. But we're just going to be using the vanilla looking ones, but I need to figure out what power. Let's go with tier 2 for now. Now, of course, at some other point, we can choose something else. So we'll put that right there. And that's how big the ship is going to be. So what I need to do now is go ahead and finish the bottom. That will give me an idea what I need to do with the rest of the ship. Alright, then 4. And then I'll go ahead and get everything welded up so that way it's easier to see what's going on. Which shouldn't take too long because all we've been really doing is armor blocks at the moment. And I should have plenty of steel plates for that. I mean, we did also make another 1,000. I might have to go mining to get a little bit more, but we should be fine. Alright, so I think the slope actually on the bottom comes out 3. So I think right there. Then corner, and then a slope here. And then on the top, slope, I think there's 4 of those. Yep, just like that. And then the top's just going to look like the bottom. So corner, inside corner, regular block, inside corner, and then corner. Now we just need to figure out the top. So that will give me the placement for the rest of the thrusters and a place to snap them to. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, then we're going to need... I think I'm going to put a bed right here. So let's find a bed. See if we can't get that... What do I need? Interior plate? Alright. So we don't need a whole lot, just 100 will be fine. If I can find them. There they are. So put it right here, make sure it's rotated the correct way. Which, right like that. Alright, so is that? Yep, that's 3. So what we need is the corner. And then a slope. And I think that will be it for the armor blocks. Actually, I can't remember. I think the thruster goes right here. So what I need to do now is go ahead and close off this part. This part we're going to leave open because we're going to raise it up just a little bit so that way we have room for the second platform. But we do need to come to the bottom, make sure everything's closed off. And it is. So yeah, what I need to do right now is go ahead and get everything welded up so that way you guys can see what's going on. Now, of course, we will have a thruster here. And then armor blocks. Now, the thrusters, I will only be able to... There's going to be 2 thrusters that I won't be able to finish because we don't have the thruster components for it. There's some resources that we're going to need. But yeah, let me go ahead and get all this welded up so that way you guys can see what's going on. Should only take me a minute. Let's actually check production. Am I going to have enough? No. Maybe not. We'll have to see. Alright, so one thing I forgot is that the tiered engines actually require resources that we don't have at the moment. So for the time being, unfortunately, we're going to have to use the vanilla thrusters, which will be okay. I mean, it won't allow us to get down on the moon, but it will allow us to move around so we can find some of the other resources we're going to need. So as you can see, on the inside there is plenty of room for stuff. At some point we will have to work on making everything as airtight as possible. I think we can do it. But right now what I need to figure out is... where am I going to put the thrusters? I kind of forget. Actually, I think I remember. Hold on. Alright, we'll grab some steel plates. Looks like I'm going to have to do some mining after all. So what we need to do is the first set of thrusters, which are going to go to the side. So 6. So same on the other side, try to make this whole thing symmetrical. Then we're going to go ahead and place the downward facing thrusters, which is going right underneath these. So just like that. And let's see if I can actually place this one. Yep, there we go. Alright, now we need the upward thrusters, which is going to match the downward facing thrusters. But just the nozzle's going to be higher. And then the other side. Now what we need is the backward facing thrusters. What I need to do is I need to extend this a little bit. So that way it comes all the way out to the end. So the thrusters are 2x1 blocks. So just like that. Now we need to go ahead and get the other side. The reason I'm building this respawn ship is because I love it. It's my favorite respawn ship. And it has everything you need in a respawn ship. Definitely get us started to the point where we could actually start building bigger. But I think for right now, this is it. Yep, so I need to go ahead and get all those welded up now. Which means I need to do some more mining because I don't think we're going to have all the resources. I don't know, we'll find out. Alright, so I went ahead and grabbed a bit of stone. Now what we need to do is we need to figure out how to make this thing airtight. Let me go ahead and grab some steel plates real quick. I should have some produced. There we go. And it sounds like the refinery stopped, so I might have run out of iron. But hopefully we'll have plenty. So if we go ahead and look, one thing you'll notice is that there is a gap in between the blocks with the thrusters. That's okay, it's still airtight, don't worry. It just looks like it's not, but it is. It just makes it a little bit weird. So what we need to do is we need to make the top airtight. So all we're going to do is do a slope. Right there, on the other side as well. Oh, there we go. Then we'll just go ahead and do a corner to kind of round the thing off. And a corner over here as well. and then a slope in the center, and then a solid block in the middle. So solid block, then, oh, nope, wrong way. There you go. All right, now we just need to get those welded up, and the top will be airtight. All right, there we go. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to make this area airtight. The way the vanilla ship does it is they put a slope right here in order to close this area off. But there is another option. What we could do if we go into control 3, find ourselves the windows. So what we're gonna need is we're gonna need the 1x1 slope. We're gonna need, I'm not sure which 1x1. Let me see if I can find it. Let's go ahead and bring down both of them. And then what we're also gonna need is we are gonna need a control seat. So we'll go ahead and grab that. And another thing we're going to be needing is the catwalks. And I'll show you why here in a second. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and put windows like right here in the middle. But I also want a seat to be right up against that window. The problem we're going to have if we try to put it right here is that we would have to actually put the seat back there because this is taking up this entire block. So what we got to do is we got to bring it out just a little bit more to like right here, but up one. What we're going to need for that is we're going to need a snap point, which is why we have the catwalks. So if we put the catwalk up here and another one at the top, that will give us a place to snap that piece of glass to. I think we're going to need, do I have any girders? Yes, I do. And I think, I have no idea what else we're going to need. I think we're good. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put down the catwalks. And that's exactly the way the vanilla ship does it as well. Now, if we grab the glass, we can actually snap it to the catwalks. And I could go ahead and put the control seat right behind it. Which I probably need interior plates, don't I? Actually, let's grab... Really? Can I not? Where is the other control seat? Huh. It won't let me switch between them. Yeah, the scroll wheel isn't working. It won't let me switch between... screw it. That's fine. Let's grab an interior plate. Now, in order to make this thing airtight, the nozzle right here on the thruster is not airtight. But... the block behind it is. So what we need to do is we need to actually close that off. And we can do that with a sloped window, which will give us a little bit more room to see than the vanilla ship will. So there we go. Once we get those welded up, we should have, it should be airtight. And if we have ice in the O2 generator, which is back here, which we do not because it probably got filled into the oxygen tank. That's alright. At least we get to use that oxygen tank to fill up our oxygen bottle. But yeah, the control seat, we're going to need interior plates for that. One of the cool things about this ship is you have access not only on the outside, but you have access to the inside as well. So let's see if I can switch this. Yeah, it's not letting me switch it. I thought it was just a scroll wheel. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me see. Control C. Alright, let's try the small one. Maybe it'll let me... No? It's not going to let me do it. Yeah, it won't let me... won't let me change it. Did they break something else in the game? Oh well, screw it. We'll just go ahead and place it. So let me go ahead and get that all welded up. It should only take a minute. I'll probably have to do a little bit more mining to get some resources. But then what we need to work on is we need to think about respawning, and we're going to need to think about an antenna. So let me go ahead and get those welded up, and then we'll go over that. Alright, so we come up with our first problem. As you can see right here, we won't be able to finish these two thrusters because we don't have the thruster components for it. That's going to require... Shit, what does that require? Let's go into production. Thruster gold. gold and cobalt, and platinum, which we don't have. The other one that we're going to need is... I would like to be able to put a regular medical room on this thing, but unfortunately we need medical components, which take, I think it's silver, that we don't have yet. Where the hell are they? There they are. So yeah, silver. Silver is what we're going to need for that, so unfortunately what I'll have to do for now is we'll just transfer the survival kit over. And that should be good enough until we can get some silver and some other stuff as well. Let's check out... Yeah, the batteries still need to charge as well. But we can put a connector on the station. Alright, let's go ahead and go with the survival kit. And go ahead and get that placed real quick. And then I think the ship will be ready to undock. Alright, let's get our welder out. Alright, so here we go. It's almost completely done. There's a few things that we need to do right now. One of those things is we need to go ahead and detach it so I can put another connector on the bottom of the refinery. That way I can actually go ahead and dock up 2 ships. A construction ship and a miner ship is what I would probably do. Also at some point I need to paint this damn thing as well. But I just need to go over and make sure that we do have everything. I think so. What we need to build first though is I want to go ahead and use the solar panels as long as possible to charge up those batteries. What we'll go ahead and do is we'll build ourselves a connector. So that way I could just dock it up and we could use the solar panels to let this thing grab power. I think I'm going to be out of stuff too. So steel construction, small motor computer. So steel, construction, small, motor, and computer. That should be everything. We should be able to get it done. And then I'll need to put one on the ship as well. But first things first, we need to go ahead and detach it, and then it should be ready. Okay. I'm just double checking because once we disconnect this thing, if we don't have everything set up correctly, we're screwed. So... like I said. Alright, I think I just had the batteries on recharge. Let me see. Yeah, they're on recharge. Alright, let's go ahead and put those on auto. And there we go. Now we need to go ahead and get the connector done so we can dock this thing up. So 5. And what I would also like to do is put an antenna on this thing, which is another mod that I forgot about until now. So we could put the connector right there. What I want to do is the lights are actually where you can snap other blocks too. On the side you cannot. Let's go ahead and try to place this block. As you can see, I can't snap to it. But over here in the front, let me try on this one. I can because it is a snappable point. So we're going to go ahead and place the connector like that. I think I'm out of steel plates, aren't I? Yep, I'll have to do some more mining to finish that. Oh, no, I got 3. I got 3 steel plates. Alright, but what I want to do is we want to go ahead and grab an antenna. Now, the antenna, the mod that we're going to be using is the compact antenna, which is a 1x1x7 block antenna. And then I need to get that welded up as well. Alright, now that we have the antenna built, as you can see, now we can see the ores that... Oh, I got platinum. Holy shit. And ice. Oh, we're definitely going to need the ice before we move off. Because I think I'm out. But yeah, I think this ship is ready to move off. All we need to do now is go ahead and get it docked up. Probably put a camera on at some point so it's easier to dock. But as you can see, this thing does not have a whole lot of moving power. It's actually really slow. It kind of sucks. But if... There we go. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do... Actually, let's just go ahead and leave the batteries for right now. The sun should be coming back out. Here... Actually, it's already back out. Okay. Let's go ahead and put those batteries back on recharge so that way we're not using the power from them. Because I want to make sure that they are completely... battery. I want to make sure that they're completely charged before we move off, because we're going to need them until we can find uranium. So, recharge, there we go. So yeah, we're all connected up. Everything is built that I can build right now. We have found some platinum and some ice, which will definitely help. We'll go ahead and get a load of platinum. A bunch of ice, as much as I can carry. But then what we need to do is we need to go ahead and build ourselves a mining ship, which is probably a good idea to go ahead and do next episode, so that way we can get more ores as we move off. Pretty much what we're going to do is go to each one of the asteroids, get about 100,000 of each ore that we can find, and just fill the ship up as much as possible. We don't want to make it too heavy because we do need to land this thing on the moon. Also, we need to switch out the thrusters as well, because these thrusters are not going to be enough for landing on the moon. Unfortunately. I mean, we could if... It would be risky. And it's not worth the risk, at least not for me, because if we do accidentally destroy, say, the survival kit, we're screwed. We're not getting it back. We have no respawn point. We're going to lose everything. And we'll have to restart over. But yeah, what we'll go ahead and do is next episode, I'll have this thing all painted. I also need to do some mining so we can get some more resources for the moment. So that way we can get the mining ship done. I think I might have to go find other resources as well. So I think in between episodes, I'll go ahead and see if I can't find some of the ores that we're going to need. But first we have to wait for the batteries to charge up. I don't know. Maybe next episode we'll go look for ores. I don't know. We'll have to find out. But until then, make sure to like and subscribe. All that good stuff. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.